can also move wherever you want as well. So if you want to sit up or move around, you can do that as well. So,
Alright, thank you.
Zero meaning our engines are off, plus you can't hear them either. We gotta get the plane started up. So the back of the plane, we have that auxiliary power unit. I'm sure you're aware of what that is. So we need to bleed air, which is currently running to our air conditioning right now. We gotta turn that off and to redirect it down to the engines. Do you know why you have to turn the bleed air conditioning off? To start the engines?
You need all that airflow for the engines.
Yep, we have to redirect them down to our engine start valves here.
Okay.
So there's going to be your left and your right engine. We're going to start the left engine first. So you push in gently, turn to the left to the GRD or the ground position there. There you go. And it'll lock into place. Oh, you want to push, and then go.
Oh,
yep, there you go. Now you've opened up the start valve. That bleed air is now rushing down into the engine. Okay. So there you go. You got your left and your right engine. And we don't have to start just yet.
Okay.
So the N2 gauge, I don't know, you might be the first person to know what that is. Do you know what this N2 is?
Yeah, that's the N2 compressor inside the engine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's the percentage of the maximum RPM. Motoring, that is something unique to the Max.
Okay.
So what that is sort of a cool down process for it. The long actually stands for bow rotor motoring. And on the previous flight, when they shut down the engine, there's no more air going through the front. So all the components in this LEAP-1B engine actually heat up and expand and get out of alignment. So it actually cools down for a second before we start it.
Okay.
So now you can add fuel by pulling out a nut because motoring has gone away. There we go. And then you're just watching your EGT or exhaust gas temperature gauge to start rising once that fuel ignites. So there it goes there. The fuel's ignited. The fuel flow's increasing down here. Oil pressure's going up, and then when that hits about 13 psi down here, that low oil pressure light should go out. So there's 13, oil pressure light goes out. Perfect. And then they'd probably be watching a little bit more than this, but we'll come back here and we'll show you how to fly the aircraft.
Okay.
So I don't know, you're probably familiar with some of this instrumentation here.
Yeah.
So why don't you show me what you know first so I don't teach you anything you don't know.
Well, we got airspeed over here.
Yep.
Altimeter, artificial horizon.
Yep.
Where you want pitch up about, 10 degrees or so when you take off?
Well, kind of. It's going to be around that range, but actually you're following the flight directors.
Okay.
So are you familiar with these two pink lines?
Crosshairs.
So did you get to use those at all in the flight simulator?
Yeah, I do a little bit, yeah.
Yep. So you know how they work. If the vertical line goes off to the left, you steer to the left.
Yes.
And if it goes in the horizontal line, if it goes up, then you have to go back up and follow it.
Right.
Keeping the square right down the crosshairs the whole time.
Yes.
Yep. So, and then also, do you know what like these 10 and these white lines going across there are? You know what those are?
Pitch.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So that'd be 10 degrees nose up, 20 degrees.
Yes.
Do you know what this is along the top here?
Wait. Oh, this right here, that's your bank angle.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then each of these are 10, so 10, 20, 30.
Yes.
Usually they don't go past 30 on an airliner.
Okay.
Well, let's see. This might be a little more challenging. What's this?
Let's see. Is that the angle of attack?
Wow, look at that. You're the first person to... I think this is the furthest anyone's gone through this with getting it correct. All right. I guess final thing down here, what are these two? Because I think these might be the most difficult. Maybe.
That's your, if you're like on an instrument approach, your glide slope and localizer.
Not exactly.
Okay.
This is actually for your GPS flight plan down here. So this is telling you,
okay.
So when that's in the middle, that means you're on course. Same with that, and that's your vertical profile.
Okay.
The diamonds for the localizer and the glide slope will look different.
Now, when you do IFR, though, aren't you following these needles here, the indicators?
Well, you stay on the flight direct, and then that will ensure that these are all in the center.
Okay.
But yeah, look at that, pretty good.
You're pretty thorough on this.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't showing you something you didn't know. Now, we do have a quiz, though, to really make sure. So, in this photograph here, not looking at the flight directors, what is the plane currently doing?
We're in the left bank.
Perfect. Left bank.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I almost forgot we got to start the second engine. We can't take off one engine.
Okay.
So, you push in gently, turn to the GRD or the ground position. I got so caught up in my primary flight display, I forgot that the start valve popped out. So there it goes. And then we'll take
the start valve, a little oil pressure.
Yep.
Wow, this is nice, man.
Oh yeah. Don't have to start yet though, because again, it has to go through that full motoring process to cool down to the right starting temperature. Now we have it at 16 degrees Celsius out right now, so it's going to happen pretty quickly. But if like we're in Arizona and we just did a really long flight, that can take about a minute and a half. So, but it usually goes away about 22.4
See,
there.
the new flight sim doesn't have the 7.3. I just
pull out enough now because it's already went away. Yep.
I just added it with the PMDG.
Yep.
So I'm still learning that.
Oh, you're on FS 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, they have the 7.8, they have the 7.4, and the Airbus, the NEO.
Yeah.
But that PMDG just came out real nice.
Oh yeah, I have the 700.
Yeah, right, 700.
You probably have the 800. I don't know.
No, I got the 700 because I thought
Back when it came
600.
out?
Yeah, when it first came out,
Yeah.
and then they just came out. I don't know,
The
2
six-
months later with the 800.
Yeah. Yeah. The startup process is a little bit different than the 800, but
Oh, yeah.
but mostly this is actually really similar to the 800. Now, come back here to the quiz. So you got it right. We're in a left turn. Now are we climbing or descending? What's the plane doing?
We were climbing.
All right. And then just because you mentioned them, how much nose degrees nose up are we, and what's our bank angle?
Bank angle is 18. Looks like.
All right. And then how far nose up are we?
We are. Do you go by this 6.7?
That's your angle of attack.
Angle of attack. Okay, we're. Okay, let's see, 0. There's 10. 15?
Yep, 15 degrees nose up, and we're in about an 18 degree left bank.
Okay.
There you go. Look
cool.
at that. Also, another thing, I don't know if you noticed it, know what these are. This green line here is telling you where the plane is going to end up in 10 seconds. So you can see also in 10 seconds, they're going to go from 2,900 up to 3,200.
Okay, I didn't
And
know
then in
what
10
that was.
seconds, our speed is going to drop down to almost 180.
Oh, wow.
So that's how
That's
you.
pretty cool.
Yep, that'll be pretty handy. Just little tidbits here. Now, you notice the square, the nose of the plane's up over here, the crosshairs or our flight path is down over there. So what do we got to do to get ourselves back on course?
Turn right.
And when we
Bank
go,
right.
and that's part of it, but do we need to go up or down?
We need to go down.
Exactly. Perfect, look at that. Yep, right and down.
Yes.
There you go. Look at that.
Now, when I'm actually flying, I'll forget all this.
Yep. When you start flying, you'll think you're the pink lines. Looking good. Now, the engines have started. You can see all the engines are nice and stabilized where they need to be.
Okay.
So we want to get into our main engine generators, these two outside switches here.
Okay.
See if we can pull out gently down towards the window. They're on a spring. Yep, so they'll come back to that spot. The blue lights go out, meaning that we're now in the engine generators. The APU light comes on because we have
Okay.
disconnected from it. We'll leave the APU on for today's flight just because we don't have to turn it off because we don't have maintenance.
Okay. So there we go.
Now, bring our landing lights down to the on position. Let everyone around us know we're about to take off. Then I'm going to bring the air conditioning / pressurization by bringing the packs back online.
Okay.
And then, final thing for you to get, bring this down to the auto position. There you go. So if Paula back here starts making fun of your flying at all, so let her sit down the whole flight. She's being a good
Put your seatbelt on.
Yep. Being a good passenger back there, maybe let her stand up once we get to cruise. Up to you. Now we're going to head down here to the mode control panel. This is how I talk to the flight directors, autopilot, that sort of stuff. Turn the flight directors on by moving the flight director switch up to the on position. There you go. The MA there means it's master or it's going to be the main one. I'll turn my flight directors on as well. Since mine's secondary, light doesn't come on.
Okay.
Now you bring the big silver switch up. Do you know what that is?
Auto throttle.
Yep, exactly. Now we're going to set our speed here up to 142. So I'm sure since you're flying the 737, you know what a bit of this is then.
Yeah.
Yep, so I'll be pushing a click on the VNAV and LNAV. Do you know what those are?
Vertical navigation and lateral navigation.
Perfect. Yep. First person to get that in a while.
Man, do I get a certificate?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get you get you some pilot wings or something. So I'll be pushing a click on the VNAV and LNAV. You'll see some blue green lights. There you go. And then since we're a short flight today, we're only going up to 8,000 feet. And that's because we're actually flying out to the west, so it's an even number, 8. We're flying out to the east, it'd be an odd number, like 9,000 feet. So you get a 1,000-foot separation with head-on traffic.
Okay.
So that's how that works. Though air
So-
traffic control can have you whatever altitude they want, though. So.
Are we? What navigation? You already got that set up.
Yep, I already got our route set up.
Okay. GPS.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll actually probably get to program the next
I see.
route here in a little bit, going down to whatever airport we go to next.
Okay.
Now, got that all set up. So now you can head down to your flight manager computer. I already got our performance data, such as our weights and fuels all put in there.
Okay.
We gave you flaps 5 for takeoff. And then down here you got your V speeds. So I'm sure you probably know what these are then.
Yes.
So what's V1? And then you can click on it as well, so we can confirm the speeds.
Let's see. V1 is. Let's see. VR is rotate.
Yep.
That I think you continue if both your engines
that's your abort speed. So if you're going down the runway and anything goes wrong below that speed, you can stop safely. Once you hit that speed, you have to take off because there's not enough runway to stop.
Okay. So touch that.
Yep.
Push that.
Yep. Click it, and then also, and then the reason why we're doing that, notice it says no V speeds. So when you click on it, it shows up there on the airspeed indicator.
Okay.
So then you can click on the next one, VR. You're right, that's your rotation speed, the point at which we're now going fast enough to fly. So on the takeoff today, you're going to hear the plane call out V1. Shortly after, I'll say rotate. Push the button to take the yoke, bring it smoothly all the way back towards your stomach like this. Once the dashboard starts heading up towards the horizon, you come back down to neutral, look inside the flight directors, and from there do whatever you need to stay on course. Final one down here, V2. Pretty important speed. This is your single engine climb out speed. So if the pilots take off today and we hit a goose or something and we lose one of our engines, as long as we stay at 142 or faster, we'll be able to clear any obstacle along our route here. So that's a pretty handy airspeed. Now, final thing is our flaps. Remember we had flaps 5, so if you lift straight up with the flaps handle, drop it down 5 position there. There you go. And then here on our flaps indicator, we can see them moving down to the 5 position. Because unlike the flight simulator, we can't do the outside camera, so there we go. Can't see the wings. Oh look, there's your fellow. Well, and also for us, it's also charging stuff. So yep, look, fellow 737.
Oh yeah, Alaska Airlines. Cool.
Wow, those people up there going from hot Southern California all the way up to Alaska. That's quite the change.
Is he gonna hold short or?
He should, unless he doesn't like us very much. But, yep. So we're all set up for takeoff for this at this point now.
Okay.
So we just gotta go over our flight controls real quick. So this is your yoke. How you steer the plane. Just maybe a left turn about this much. Just sort of feel how heavy it is. A bit more. Right around there. That's probably the most left or right you're gonna need. The yoke can go further than that, but if you're going further than that, you're probably doing like a barrel roll or something. So right around here is usually where you're gonna be.
Okay.
But now if you push down gently towards the screen until it comes to a sub, it goes down pretty far. Yep. Push the nose down, makes the nose go down. Push and pull back towards your stomach. Pulling back raises the nose up into the sky.
All right.
So there you go. Now you'll also notice we only have a little bit left and right, but a lot of backwards and a lot of forward motion. I mean, it almost moves down to the screen here. You can see like my arm's almost fully extended.
Yeah.
So that's because the left and right on the 737 is a bit more sensitive than the pitch up and down. So you want to be about this more gentle speed for the left and right, but you can be a little bit quicker with the up and down if you need to. Yep. And this plane is very weird. It's sensitive and not sensitive at the same time. It's very weird to get used to, but since you've flown a little bit on the simulator, I think you'll probably get it.
Okay.
Now, final thing down there is your rudder pedals. See those?
Yeah.
Have you gotten to use these before at all?
Pardon me?
Have you gotten to use rudder pedals yet?
I've got rudder pedals on my simulator, SATEC, you know, they're nothing fancy. But,
Yep, so works probably the exact same. Pushing to the right makes you go right, pushing to the left makes you go left.
on takeoff, that's all you use?
Yep, you just keep your
heel.
heel. Nope.
Okay.
And you just keep your heels on the floor, toes on the bottom parts of the pedals, and that's because on the top of the pedals are your brakes.
Yes.
You don't want to accidentally press your brakes while going down the runway.
Okay, yeah.
That's happened before, and then you end up in the trees. So, now if you put your feet on the tops of those pedals and then you push down like that, though, when you apply maximum braking, that should deactivate your parking brake. Are you pushing all the way down with your toes?
No.
There you go. Now that turns off the parking brake. That's how you're going to brake when we get into Orange County.
Okay.
Now you put your heels back on the floor because again you don't want to accidentally push the brakes down.
Yes.
Also, something on those foot pedals, you only need about an inch or so of pressure because they do get pretty sensitive. Their sensitivity increases the faster you go because remember it's airflow.
Yes.
So, okay.
And we need to keep it below 250, below 250.
Below 10,000, yep.
Yeah, below 10,000.
Now,
8,000.
yep. Now here's the center line of the runway.
Okay.
To line up on that, you want to keep it lined up with the corner of the dashboard so you can see we're pointing right down the runway right now.
Okay.
Also, from your
This corner here?
Oh,
no,
this one.
Okay.
Yep, this corner. Yep. Really, more specifically, it'd be the FPV, but like the corner that's close enough.
Gotcha.
So you can see we're pointing right down the runway.
Yeah.
Also, you'll also notice it lines up perfectly with your right leg as well. So,
Yes. Okay.
so sometimes I like to think about stomping my right foot on the end of the runway, but however you want us to think about it, whether it's your right leg, foot, or the corner of the dashboard, whatever works for you. So, are you all ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, here's your left and right engine. Behind you got 60,000 pounds of thrust.
Oh, nice.
See this black button down here?
Yes.
That's your toga button, takeoff go around.
Oh, there's a black button right
Yep,
there.
that'll give you takeoff power.
Okay.
First though, pilots always push forward about 2 to 3 inches there on the throttles. Usually in this plane to about 40%.
Okay. 40%.
Yep. the N1.
N1. Okay.
Yep, because that's the front fan blade there. So you can bring that line up to the 40 or 4. Let the engine stabilize. No fire bells are going off. Nothing like that. Now we can hit the black button down there for power. Now you can let go. Yep. And that's why if you ever notice as a passenger, they throttle up a little bit and then the thrust kicks in. Because they're checking the engines first.
Now this feels nice.
Now a little bit of right poke, you can see it going off a little to the left. Yep.
And let's see. Are you calling out the speeds?
A little bit. Yep. We're at 120. I'll tell you when to rotate.
V1.
Rotate, bring that yoke smoothly all the way back to your stomach. There we go. The nose coming up, back down to neutral. Wave at the control tower. Oh, no, you went away.
Oh yeah. There's somebody in there. You can see the person.
Yeah, wave at us. Now,
Okay, flaps up.
well, not just yet.
Yeah.
First, we want to get our gear up though. Pull out a little bit and then out. There you go, perfect. And then you're just keeping the square on the crosshair, so you have to raise the nose just a tad bit. Now, how we know to put up the flaps? See, we're above the 1, which means I can now go flaps to 1.
Okay.
And then once we get above the up there in the airspeed indication, I can now move the flaps all the way to up. You can also take your feet off the rudder pedals now if you like. Now we're in the air. Lower the nose just a tad bit.
Do like the pilots put them up over here?
Probably not. Maybe
We always
over-
had to change the anti-skid right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do pilots just put their feet up?
Yeah, the MD-80, they would put their feet up there and wear the anti-skid out.
Huh. Now a little to the left. Yep. Because now we're actually a left turn on our route. Now also what these here are, these up in the 1 there, those are minimum speeds for the flaps.
Okay.
Minimum maneuvering speeds. And basically what it means is if we can't go any slower with flaps up than this, or else we can't make a 1.3 G maneuver or a 30-degree bank turn with flaps up once we're below like 200 knots here, or what that is.
So you can't put your flaps up until you're above that?
Yep,
you said?
yep. Because you have to be able to make a 30-degree turn without stalling the plane is basically what that is.
So now we need our airspeed down a little bit.
You do that by raising the nose. So raise the nose up with the flight director shift. There you go. And turn still. Just keep turning to the left here. But see how that vertical line is way off to the left?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid this mountain here, but I guess it's okay.
Oh no. Yep, that's part of our route. As long as we're not hitting it. Yeah, the climb performance in this plane is pretty good right now. We're almost for up to 4,000 feet a minute.
Wow.
Yep, we're up to 8,000 already. So you can lower the nose.
How's it feel back there, Paula?
Well, it feels like I'm flying.
Looking good.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Bring the nose back up already. Right there. No higher. So that first white line, you're kind of covering it up. That's your home base. The further away you get from that, the more erratic your vertical speed on the climbs and descents are going to be.
Okay.
As long as you stay pretty close to that first white line there, you'll get nice slow climbs or descents.
What white line did you say?
The first one here,
The first one.
that one right there, the square's on. That's your 2.5 degrees nose up. So you can see that you're staying. Now you have to raise the nose up a little bit because you can see your altitude's going down. So you can bring the nose back up a bit more. As much as I like the goofy clouds, I think we're gonna have to go back to clear skies. Right now we're getting a 20-knot headwind.
Oh.
So since we're not in real life, there we go. No more winds. There we go. So what do you think?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
Oh yeah. So have you done any maintenance on a 737 before? Or is the closest you've gotten
I
720?
went through the Gen Fam. They were just starting to get them, but yeah, I was still at the 80.
Yeah.
And then when they did get the 800s, it took a while before they started coming in.
Yeah.
And then I was in the MD-80 engine shop too, and so I got out of the hangar by then too.
And maintenance, did you just focus on like one single thing, or did you know a lot about the entire airplane? Or
Well,
how does that work?
you could bid
resolution, but since it's
Yeah.
expanding the image, it's still blurry a little
Yeah,
bit.
but I mean the mountains are nice
Yeah.
and all up the clouds, whisper
Yeah.
clouds, and I'm familiar to go to Orange County. You go through those two little
This
opening,
here?
yeah, right there,
Yep, and off to the left.
and then off to the left. Yes.
Raise the nose just a little bit here. You can see you're at 7,800.
So did you work all day today from opening to this last flight here?
Yep.
Wow. It's really something. You guys are so busy.
Well, actually, today I only did 3 flights today.
Oh, really?
We're not busy at all. We actually haven't been busy the past couple of days because our boss is out of town.
Oh, yeah.
So we wanted to have it nice and easy for us, which I guess is nice, but I also like being in the simulator. So.
Yeah.
But
We've got a company right there where we live in Broken Arrow, Flight Safety, and they build simulators. I always thought that'd be a fun place to work.
have you considered? Have you looked at the MD-80 for Microsoft Flight Sim?
A friend of mine bought it, and he likes it. Yeah, it's real sweet. I haven't bought it yet though. I mean, the PMDG is
Taking up your focus right now.
yeah, it's a lot more accurate.
Yeah.
But the MD-80, you know, it's still a good airplane, a good add-on.
I feel like that'd be kind of interesting to be able to fly it since you're a mechanic and got
Yeah.
to work on it.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, some company called Leonardo.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't got it yet.
Lake Elsinore. There. Not sure what I think that's Lake Elsinore. I'm not sure which one this is over here.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, we got traffic.
Oh yeah. Cool.
That's a real plane in real life.
Oh, awesome.
We have live traffic in the simulator.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't show every single plane, but that would be a real plane. Actually, if I let's see, if I turn our traffic advisory system on, you can see him right there.
Oh yeah.
So he's about 4 miles out from us. He's 2,300 feet below us, and then he's about to go away here in just a second. So let's see. So yep, when they get below 2,600 feet below us, they disappear. So and now he's not there anymore. He'll show all the traffic within 40 miles. And I forget the exact altitudes. I think it's minus 2,700 to plus 2,400 or something like that. But yeah, there we go. And we're actually coming up to the top of descent. So I don't know if you want to go to autopilot and start setting that up, or if you want to continue hand flying while I set it for the approach, or if I don't know if you think you can do both at the same time. I don't know.
I can hand fly if you want to set it up for the approach.
All right. So, do you want me to show you what I'm doing then down here? Or?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our leg space first to see what our initial approach point is, which is going to be Hucomb at 2,800 feet. So I'm setting our altitude down to 2,800. However, you're still going to be holding our altitude. Oh, I messed it up a little quick, but there we go, 2,800. You're still going to be holding ourselves here at 8,000 feet.
Okay.
Because your top of descent point is over here.
Ah, gotcha.
And you know what that is? Or what?
Top of descent?
Yep.
Yeah, where you start descending, right?
Yep.
At that point.
Yep,
through
that's the
approach.
That's the point at which it would be optimal for us to descend, because we'd be able to descend most of the descent at throttle idle, basically what that
Okay.
is. Well, not being too steep, because obviously you get like over the airport and descend vertically down to it, but I mean obviously you don't want to do that.
Yes.
Now, I was going to go to your init ref or approach reference page here. You can see we weigh 122,000 pounds. So this is we're starting to get a little bit lighter here. It's like a medium to lightweight. Down here at Orange County, we got 5,700 feet of runway. That is not a lot.
That's very short.
Yep. You're landing on runway 20, right? So that'll be the right runway. And do you know how they come with runway numbers 20?
Yeah, the magnetic.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can see we're going to be doing a little bit to the left there. Then. Down here we got the ILS, or Instrument Landing System. Have you ever flown that before in the flight simulator?
Yes.
Alright, so the frequency for it is 111.75. So we can set that here. Or do you want me to set that for you?
Yeah, go ahead. You can do all that.
Alright, so I'll set it to 111.75. I actually talked to an airline pilot about that, and he said air traffic control, if they see you coming up to 10,000, they're like, okay, this guy's going to descend. We know he's slowing down. If he goes above 250 for a second, it doesn't
Give
really
you a
matter.
little cushion
Yeah.
there, huh?
Now, if you just
So we need that magenta triangle
In the middle.
In the middle.
Yep, so
we
you
need
can
to,
see we're still about 240 feet above. Which are still close enough we don't have to bring out the sweep brakes. Turn a little to the left here. Actually, you know, we're so close to the runway we do want to bring out the speed brakes. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm going to hit speed intervene here. I'm going to bring it back to 205. And speed brakes down here, since they're fun, I'll let you get them. Pull up like this, all the way back to where it says flight. It's going to cause the nose to pop up on the airplane. So push the nose down here. Even more nose down. Because we're actually climbing slightly, so that's how nose up we are. All the way down to the horizon. So I'm going to even put level change there. There we go. Start dropping on down. Yep, there you go. Because we got up to almost 1,000 feet too high there for a second.
okay.
Yep. 500 feet too high. Coming back to 400. Slowly bring that nose back up to the horizon. There you go. There you go. Keep it right there on the flight directors, so a little bit below the horizon is what they're saying. Just a little bit. Yep, right there. Perfect.
Still need to go right a little bit, don't we?
Oh, we're trying to get back onto the pink line, so in a little bit it'll tell you to go to the right. Also, if you want to, you can hit the APP button there. That'll activate the approach mode for the aircraft. So now it'll intercept the ILS. That's what that does. I'm going to set flaps to 5. They'll be slowed down. I already got them for you.
Oh,
I'm going to get the flaps for you just because they're kind of hard to get from your side.
the runway in sector.
Yep, that's the airport down there. Yep.
Oh, is it? It looked like there's a little more left there.
Oh, this is the airport. You're going to be landing on the right runway over there. That's it.
Oh, so we're too far left.
Oh, look at that. We even got some more traffic here joining us on final.
Oh, good.
I think he might be going to the same runway, so that's... I don't know. Alright, I'm going to bring the speed brakes back down. Well, to the arm position. There we go. That's going to cause the nose to drop a little bit.
Would you use any rudder pedals at this point to
Nope.
keep on the course? No.
You don't use rudder pedals in the air in an airplane unless you're adjusting for a crosswind on the landing in the flare. Well, I shouldn't say that because I said airplanes. I should say airliners. Small general aviation planes, obviously, you use the rudder pedals when you make control inputs.
Now, what you know what the elevation is in Orange County? I don't remember that.
Let's see. Looks like runway elevation is going to be 114 feet.
14. So we're going to be making a left bank here pretty quick.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to bring this down to 96 to set the course for the runway. Don't really have to do that because the plane will fly it anyway. So set the course. Also, we almost forgot our landing flaps. What speed do you want to come in for your landing flaps? 3136 or flaps 4128?
4128.
Alright.
Radio altimeter.
Yep. There you go. Now just keep it on the crosshairs. About to come onto the approach in just a second.
Radio
I think we're going to be following this plane right in, so that's going to be cool. I'll set your auto brakes for you as well. That's going to automatically brake for you when you land. So you just have to worry about the left and right with the foot pedals when you touch down the runway.
Okay.
However, you do need the toe brakes to come to a full stop. Lower the nose just a little bit. A little too nose high. Yep. I guess you could land on the Harrison Ford taxiway. He flew over a 737.
Yeah, one of ours.
Yep. Really? It was,
Yeah, it was
I thought-
American Air.
for some reason I thought it was a United, but American.
Yeah.
Go to the left still.
Okay. Right.
Yep. You want this big runway, not the tiny one.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you could get the plane stopped in about a little over 2,000 feet, but I don't think you'd want to put your passengers through that.
So that diamond there, we need to climb a little bit more.
Yep, that's what it's saying. Just a tiny bit. Now our landing gear here, you want to get that? Okay. Pull out and down, that'll lower our wheels. Get these flaps in. I'm going to take over on the throttles now, bring it back to idle. Set your speed down to 133. Yep. Red, you're dead. That's the important one. Also, another thing, something you don't really notice when you're on your computer flight sim, since
Yeah.
you're kind of zoomed in, you can't see the full thing, is you actually want to keep the runway here
Yeah.
in the bottom part of the window.
Oh, bottom.
Because in the flight sim, when you get it set up, you can't really see it. It's always like, oh, you keep it in the half, but you're not seeing the full screen. So you
Yeah.
actually want the bottom part. There you go. Yeah, something right like that. And then also, you don't want the runway going below the dashboard at all until you're about 50 feet above the ground.
Okay.
So as long as you stay on the ILS, that'll all happen naturally. So you can slow the nose a little bit. Still, you want to stay on the flight directors, but the runway should be in the lower portion of the window.
It feels like we're crabbed a little bit.
That's
Does it feel that way to you?
Yep, that is kind of a thing, a little thing with the simulator. A little to the left. Small turns. You barely want to turn the aircraft this close to the runway. Bring the nose up.
1,000.
A little bit lower. Right around there. Yep. Good gentle turns. Barely turn the aircraft. The closer you get to the runway, the less you want to turn the plane. Arms should be like really loose right now, like wet pasta noodles. Oh, look at that. One-handed fly.
I got a good co-pilot here.
Short runway.
Looking good. It's got a little low, but that's alright. It's not too low. Now, the approach path is going to get a whole lot more sensitive the closer you get to that runway, so you can lower the nose already. A little bit. Good.
Lower
Right
the nose?
Right about there, yeah. That's actually perfect.
500.
And then pilots aim for the 1,000-foot marks or those big rectangles.
Short
Bring
runway.
the
Short
nose slightly up,
runway.
yeah. Look
400.
at that, it's telling us short runway. Look at these buildings here, you can practically wave to the people.
Flight slow.
That thing was slightly low, but
300.
don't raise the nose up any higher than that, though. This close to the runway, just fly
Are you
down.
handling reversers too?
Yep, I've got all the throttles and stuff. Low to the left.
Minimums.
Good. Small turns, though, very small. Good. Roll the plane out level. Lower the nose just a tad bit. Yep, like that. Perfect.
100.
100 feet off the ground. You barely have to pull back to flare the plane. No more than that or you're going to fly. So hold it right here. Let the plane catch itself in ground effect. Don't pull back anymore. There you go. Perfect. Right on the center line. Look
Oh,
at that.
wow. Man.
There you go. Now use your toe brakes if you need to bring it to a stop here on the runway. I don't know why I said 3,000. There's probably more like 2,000 feet left, but there we go.
Approaching. 0.
Still the reverse thrusting
Left,
are still
2000.
spooled up though, so you're going to get
Short
cooked
runway.
forward a little bit.
Short runway. 2,000 remaining.
I don't know where it's getting 2,000 from. There's only 1,000 feet left. We're going right by the 1,000-foot mark.
Are we going to turn here or you guys reset it?
We'll reset it.
All right.
Now, since we're flying visually, we're not going to worry too much about the inside. Don't have to worry about the flight pictures or anything like that.
And then we're not gonna do auto throttle. or
No,
anything.
I'll do the throttles for you if you'd like.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll give you flap 15, and we'll wait for those to get set. There you go. Have you done mixed visual flying at all in the 737 yet, or has it mostly been IFR flight plans? and
We
that
do
kind
both. You know, I fly multiplayer with a friend,
of- Oh yeah.
and he's about 50 miles away from where I live, and we look for the bad weather. You know,
Oh, yeah.
lightning and thunderstorms and all that.
Are
But
you-
you're supposed to get tonight, right?
Are
Here
we?
in Columbus, yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Small hail and everything.
We're getting hail.
Yeah, it said small hail. Yeah, whether it shows up or not, but
Yeah.
that's what Fox 23 was saying.
Yeah, I don't usually watch the weather. I just look outside and it's like, is it raining?
Yeah.
Nope. So,
All right.
here's your throttles.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. I don't know
Is
if
it
you
okay to do that?
want.
I could do
Well,
this.
you can set full thrust to here.
Full power?
Yep, full power. And then I don't know. Oh, you're not. Our parking brakes on. That's fine. So hold down the brakes, full power.
Full power.
Yep, there we go. Look how
Man,
short
those
that.
things go way forward.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first things I noticed when I came here for my first time. I was like, oh wow, you really got to lean over to get that. Again. Looking good. Wow, we might even rotate, bring that nose back up. Oh wow, we're getting off the ground at about 1,500 feet of runway left. Look at that. All right, over the rich people's houses, throttle's coming back. We're coming out of our seats now. Who cares? We're full thrust right over their houses.
Nice. circle around and then cross over Casey Lawson's end.
Oh yeah.
And he said, yeah, there's a sheer cliff. You have to watch for the downdraft there.
Oh yeah. One side would be an updraft and one side would be a downdraft.
Yeah.
And then
What
also,
do you fly? What kind of airplane do you?
I mostly do a CTLS. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh
Well, actually, there's one in the simulator.
Yes, yeah.
It's not at all like the one I fly. Mine has a bit more advanced avionics, and also the one in Flight Simulator 2020 has it in kilometers per hour, while mine's in knots.
Radio altimeter.
So unfortunately, I can't use
That's
it for
kind
any
of like
training.
that
But
egg-shaped
yeah,
fuselage. Yeah, there's a guy, a dealer in Tulsa for that. Goodman. He's a dealer for those airplanes.
have you ever flown one of those?
No, I have never been in one.
You got the Columbus Flying Club up here at Don Scott.
Oh yeah.
If you want to fly a really fun GA aircraft, I'd recommend going up in one of those in winter when the air's dense and it's cold out.
Yeah.
And if you get it in winter, because you know when the air is more dense, you got better performance.
Yes.
Those things will climb over 2,000 feet per minute in winter.
Oh wow, 2,000 feet per minute. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, they climb because they're light sport aircraft. So the most they can weigh is 1,300 pounds, and usually when you have with yourself and an instructor, it's more in like the 1,000-pound range.
Oh man.
So when you get full thrust, cold weather, I mean those things climb almost like an airliner.
Nice.
And like you take
That's
off,
You said 2,000 feet? Per
oh
minute?
yeah, 2,000 feet a minute,
For that low?
maybe even more than
How
2,000.
many horsepower? That's just one of those
It's-
Rotax
Yep,
engines.
105 horsepower. But it's so light, the thrust to weight ratio on it's insane. You'll take off in winter, if you go in it, full power, you'll take off in probably less than 300 feet,
Oh.
and then have like a 2,000 foot per minute climb rate. It's insane. Because it's like,
Now, did you learn how to fly in that?
Yep.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty wild, especially in winter when you take off like that in 300 feet and the nose is almost level with the horizon, but then the ground is going away like this. So it's like your nose level, but you're going up like a rocket. Yeah, it's a real fun plane to fly if you ever get the chance.
There was a, out there in Arkansas, Springdale, I met a guy that he used those for rentals and training.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still around, but
Actually,
in fact, he showed me one that one of the students already wrecked.
Oh,
Came
yeah.
in hard landing. And
we had a student wreck one of ours as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
that's not good. All that composite.
No.
So we got downtown LA over there.
Yep.
LAX. That's what's weird. It just shows like a tan area.
Yeah.
LAX out there.
Burbank is over the hills, just north.
Yeah. So do you want me to just skirt by LAX? So I can look off
It
my
depends
left
on
or-
it depends on how fun you want your approach. If you want a little bit of an easier approach, you come over LAX and come in like this.
Yeah.
If you want the hard approach, you come in like this and go around the mountains.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll take the easier one. Let's fly over Van Nuys and LAX.
All right.
Maybe we'll see some live traffic over. Should see live traffic there at LAX.
Yeah, hopefully.
And that's Zamperini Field right there.
Yeah.
I forget what town that is.
Yeah. Or if you want to do something really crazy, you could land it in Hawthorne.
No. SpaceX is out there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we could talk to Elon Musk there.
Yeah, we're Elon Musk's private jet. We're about to go in and pick him up. Isn't it kind of crazy how many airports there are in this area? There's like one there, one there. You got Hawthorne over there. There's
Yeah.
an airport to the north.
And
There's an
there used
airport
to be
right
a lot
there.
more. They've closed. Santa Monica is just north of LAX.
Yeah.
And they're going to close it.
Really?
The AOPA fought, and all the airport tenants fought. The city. There was a business jet that landed hot, crashed into a hangar, and all the residents see, this is the problem. This airport wasn't designed for Gulfstreams and the high performance business jets. So yeah, they're closing it. And
Do you know they're-
AOPA have spent, a lot of resources trying to keep that airport open. It's a neat airport.
Do you know when they're closing that?
It's like in 2015 or something like that. They've
Okay.
already cut the runway down, so
Oh.
high performance business jets can't land there anymore.
I-
They've already bulldozed some of the runway.
Wow, it's already been that long.
And some of the airport businesses have already moved out. Yeah, I went to A&P school right here by LAX. You'd always get a neck ache in between classes looking at lights right there. Look through this window, straight down.
I got it.
Awesome. Oh, there's some traffic. Oh, he's taking off to the east. Oh, that's unusual. At 3,000, will we clear these mountains here?
Yep, we'll clear them. There's that traffic there.
Oh, yeah.
He's climbing up above us though, so we don't have to worry about him.
So how's the effect at night in this P3? What'd you call it? Prepared 3D?
Yep.
Is the night effect pretty nice too? With lights, city lights?
Only if you're flying over a big city.
Oh yeah.
The one problem we have is that the computer has red light outside.
Yeah.
So when it's nighttime, you can actually see the red lights of like the
Ah.
grating on the computer. So we tend to steer people against that. And fortunately, though, it's only on the right side, my side. So
Oh.
if you look a little bit that way, you don't really notice it. But
Yeah, there's Santa Monica Airport right
yep. All right. Then if you look off to about your 2 o'clock view, there is the airport for Burbank.
there. Okay. So
We
we
got
got across these mountains and make a right bank.
Yep, we got one crossing runway like this, and we have one runway going north and south. Probably better to go for the crossing runway just for the way we are.
So you said no rudder pedals because we're going so fast.
Not
I mean,
because we're going fast. It's just not something an airliner is designed to do.
okay. Because
Because
wouldn't that help us get a little bit tighter bank to final?
no, you'd end up skidding the turn.
Ah, okay.
You don't want to drift in a plane. That is a technique you can do on final approach to increase their descent rate in a small aircraft like GA propeller. However, you don't want to do that in an airliner.
Okay.
Because actually the fuselage will create a shadow over the wing where it's not getting airflow, and it'll actually drop the opposite wing. So if you go into, if the plane's going like this and then it yaws like this wing's in a shadow and then it goes.
Wow.
So that's why they only do that when they're about 10 feet off the ground, when they're coming into the flare.
American had that Airbus crash and he used too much rudder pedals. The vertical snapped off.
Yep. Well, that was just because this guy was, oh, we have a little bit of yaw, and he just keeps going around like this, back and forth, and then eventually it goes snap.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, should I initiate the right bank yet, or?
Sure. It just depends on how steep they're playing on right banking.
There's Van Nuys Airport.
Yep.
Radio
That was a little
altimeter.
bit direction to climb. Right around there, yeah, that's good. Same speed for landing? Or same flap setting, I should say, not necessarily same speed.
Okay.
Is that just for consistency, I guess?
40 degrees flaps, and
Yeah.
we'll be landing at 127 knots.
Yep. Still bringing it over to the airport.
It seems like they fly right over Van Nuys, in line, perpendicular to Van Nuys.
That'd probably make sense. There's probably an approach point right over Van
Yeah, if
Nuys.
it's a longer approach, but we'll keep banking here.
Yeah.
Radio altimeter.
That comes on within 2,500 feet of the ground.
Okay. I don't really have a good visual on the runway yet. I mean, I see a little bit,
Yeah,
but
that's the airport there, and the runway's going like this. That's where the runway's going. Actually, I think I can see the Pappy lights over there. They're all white.
okay. Oh, is that it right there? Okay.
Have you gotten to flying to Burbank in passenger before?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that would be crazy, just
that
how close
was-
the terminal is to the
Yeah,
runway.
the terminal's real close, and it's real historic. That
Yeah.
terminal's real old. But I heard they're going to be building another terminal.
Really?
The old one will have to be tore down because it doesn't meet building code to today's building codes.
There you are. There's the Pappies are all red and white now. Guess I can put your gear down. Take the speed brakes back to the arm position. Set your auto brake there. Get some more flaps in. Brake goes up a little bit more. You can see the Pappy lights are going red.
Yeah, I see they're all red, so I need to bring it up a bit.
they come to you. Lower the nose just a tad bit. You don't want the end of the runway ever going below the dashboard. You want to be able to see the runway the whole way down. Especially when you're flying visually.
There we go. There's a little white light.
Yep, you're almost back onto profile here. Look how short that runway is.
Yes.
Approaching 08. Caution, short runway, short runway.
Short runway.
Yep.
Three green. Full flaps now.
Yep, already got them set. Flaps are at 40.
500.
Go to the right.
Caution, short runway, short runway.
And the small turns this close to the airport, you want to barely be turning the aircraft at all.
400.
Let it fly itself to the runway.
Minimum 100.
Slowly bring the nose up.
100.
Right about there. Let the plane catch itself. No more nose up
50.
than that.
40. 30. 20. 10.
No more nose up than that. There you go. On the runway.
All right.
Manual braking. 3,000 remaining.
Coming up 60. We'll stow the reverse thrust so we don't kick any FOD into it.
2,000 remaining.
You only have 1,500 feet of runway. 1,000 feet of runway left.
Approaching 2, 6.
Ooh, got 900 feet of runway
Caution,
left.
Short runway,
Oh,
Oh,
short
you're gonna get
runway.
stopped. Don't worry. Look at that. They're just right there.
Oh, like American.
Yep. So, if you like, you can taxi. I'll get your landing lights off before we taxi. See the tiller there?
Yeah.
That's how you steer the plane, nice and gentle. There's a parking spot right there. I'll get the brakes for you.
Okay.
Just, there you go. Now remember, the nose wheel's 10 feet behind you, and that there is very sensitive. You just saw there. You
Yes.
squeak the plane in between these two jets. How ridiculous is it? You just come right off the runway, and there it is.
This is really easy, this tiller.
I wonder how they even do like pushbacks. I mean, like, would they just push back onto the runway?
Oh, yeah, and we took off going that direction,
Yeah.
and the flight attendant did the safety announcement at the gate because there's such a short taxi.
Yeah. Oh, wow. A little bit more to the right. And it's also kind of crazy going up to the gate when you're in front like this because it looks like you're about to crash into the building.
Yes.
But you're further away than it actually looks. I actually still want to bring it up a little further. A bit more. Look at that. They don't even have jet bridges here. I made sure to get your landing lights off so you wouldn't blind the ground crew.
Okay.
If you did that, they'd probably make you toss the bags. So.
You got the logo light on, that's good.
Yep. Oh, we're blinding them with the strobes. Oh no. Get that back down steady. Now we'll want to come back here to your APU. We want to get back onto that with these two inside switches here. So pull out gently down towards the window. There you go. Perfect. Now that's all we need there. So now you can come down to your engines. So you pull out and down on each of those fuel levers there to the cutoff position. When you do that, your master caution panel will light up because you did something horribly wrong and now we're on fire. No, it should light up when you're shutting down the engines. Now something notice down here our N2, that is still above 20%, which means if ground crew person gets too close to the plane, they're going to go into that engine. So we have to wait till it gets below 20% here. At which point we have to turn off the anti-collision light.
Okay.
Now if you really hate the ground crew, you can just turn it off early. But we'll wait for it to get a little bit lower here. Alright, there's 20%. Now you can bring the anti-collision light off. Go. Oh. Knock that kind of off.
I
There
thought
you
you
go.
had to pull that one.
Nope.
This is-
Nope, these ones are,
Ah, gotcha.
I don't know. If it was night out, we turn on the wheel well light as well. But we don't need that. There we go. Now the engines are spooled down. I guess I'm going to bring out some stairs. Or if we were want to let our passengers have some fun, we'll inflate the slides.